Mono Rants at the Movies, a podcast where we rant about films you may have seen at house parties. I'm one of your hosts and far too trusting jack of all trades, Mono, and convincing me to let a complete stranger stay here rent-free is my co-host and master of none, Kira.
I'm a 1950s older teenager who I'm assuming is in college, who is literally just on the hunt for a husband. Like, it's all
Teenager.
It's all I'm conditioned to do. Of course this handsome, strange man can stay here and be a marriage prospect.
Oh yeah, she's like straight in there.
Oh yeah, she's like, ooh, that's your name. I like that. Never mind Joe, the reporter with the solid job.
Poor Joe.
Who seems to have been courting me.
Yes.
Fuck him.
Yeah, fuck Joe.
Swoops in at the end there, though.
Yeah, Joe gets it on the rebound. Yeah. That's what I reckon. But yes, finally, teenagers from outer space.
Oh my god, this movie is like, only for the fact that I actually own this, I managed to track it down.
Yeah.
This really is one of those movies that is like, if you described it to somebody, they'd look at you like you were strange.
It's just, well, it's not that, it's just pure, like if you think if you say 1950s B-movie sci-fi to somebody, this is what they're thinking of, even if they've never seen it. It's this film. Like, it's...
Oh, fun side fact. This is a whole... If you have Destroy All Humans...
Yes.
This whole film is playing in the drive-in theater.
Yeah, the whole film is... I think you have to finish the story campaign.
Yeah, but it's
also free on YouTube.
Yeah.
Black and white and the colorized. The colorized version is a bit...
It's a bit blown out.
Yeah, it's a bit oversaturated.
Just a tad. But I love the fact that this movie had no budget. So they shot day for night regardless. They really didn't give a shit. It's just dark.
They just shot at the day all the time.
It's just dark inside the car.
Yeah.
It's first time watching it, I just assumed it was all the same day.
Yeah, no, it's kind of hard to tell. Except for when they specifically mention things like...
It doesn't really matter.
When they mention things like the time of day and the moon, you're like, oh, it's nighttime.
It doesn't matter, though.
Before we dive into the movie, and before we even do a summary, actually, 100 episodes.
Yay!
Finally. Like, it fucking only took us 3 years, and like... 2 podcasts and a slight diversion when there was a strike, but we finally hit 100 episodes in some form. But so that's kind of cool, and a big thank you to everybody who's ever like listened, shared, liked posts and guested and the whole shebang, and please continue to do so.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll continue to make crappy podcasts about even crappier films. We were also hoping a friend on with us today, but unfortunately he can't join us.
No, time zone differences.
Yes.
He is about as far away from us geographically as you can get before you start to come back.
Yeah,
so
pretty much. But we will get him on in the future.
We're going to make him watch the movie he doesn't remember watching.
Well, yeah, there's 2 residing film memories that we have with this particular friend, and one of them is Churchill the Hollywood Years because he doesn't remember watching it with us.
No.
And the other one is this because he sat down he was just there the first night we happened to see this and had all the same feelings that we did of what the fuck are we watching?
Because we tuned into this about 15 minutes in, we missed the whole opening setup. And we're like, this is insane.
I think we tuned in about the point where Derek had escaped and was just getting to the house.
Yeah.
And Thor was getting the lift.
Yeah.
And we only knew what was going on because we came into the film on a break. So it was like, Teenagers from Outer Space came up on screen. So we knew what it was. And yeah, I did the whole thing with the Gargan just became this big thing because it kept getting mentioned throughout the film. We didn't see it at the start. So we spent the whole film postulating on what it could be. Like, this is going to be the crappiest movie monster
dog
ever.
With extra legs made out of stuffed tights, I think was
the front runner.
It was going to be dog with 6 legs.
And then we saw what it actually was.
And it was so much better.
Just a giant lobster in negative superimposed over the rest of the film.
Screaming, going, oh, it's so good.
And I kind of wish that they didn't actually show it at the
making lobster motions.
Yes.
And not even threatening snippy ones. It's just kind of like being held up and wiggled.
Yeah, just that was my residing memory of finally getting to see the Gargan and pissing myself laughing. But everybody else in it, like all the normal humans, Grandpa and Betty.
Oh my god, they're so trusting.
Alice, it's just it's the most trusting town in all of America.
And all the doors are open, Grandpa's asleep with just the screen door closed. I was like, no wonder everybody gets murdered 10 years later.
Well, I mean, Grandpa's basically just like, hello, stranger, would you like to stay here? My granddaughter says you'd like to stay, or, we should maybe let you stay rent free. Sure, why not? Here.
Go swimming with my daughter at her promiscuous friend's house.
Yeah, take my grandson's clothes, take my car, and then just take my granddaughter. See you later.
Although I, like Grandpa, do struggle with crossing roads.
Grandpa crossing the road.
Grandpa's missing a finger. Grandpa was a badass.
It's one of my all-time favourite cinematic moments ever.
Grandpa,
ever
where is he?
Grandpa
He's
attempting
over
to cross the road. But, right, now we'll do a summary.
Okay.
When a team of evil spacemen decide Earth is the perfect breeding ground for their giant monsters, one of the spacemen, Derek, realises Earth is inhabited and deserts his post to warn the Earthlings. Derek makes it to a nearby town and meets the friendliest grandpa ever, who offers him a free room, a car, and his granddaughter Betty. But a member of Derek's team, Thor, has been sent to retrieve him. As Betty and Derek race to stop the rampage of the lone gargan monster, Thor is hot on their heels, leaving a trail of mayhem and stiff skeletons in his wake.
So it starts in the grand tradition of sci-fi movies with like a big philosophical like point.
Oh, the philosophizing scientists that we never meet again.
Yeah.
Well, I think we might meet one of them, but as a different character later on.
Yeah, because
he plays the doctor.
Yeah,
and just dye out the beard.
No, he's got a white beard, and like he's got kind of
But when he's a scientist at the start, it's a black beard.
Yeah, I think they've just stuck it on over what he's already got, like fucking Caesar, what's his name, as the Joker when they used to just put the
paint on the mustache because he wouldn't shave.
Best part of the fucking Adam West Batcave set is the little Joker minifig with the painted on mustache. Yes. It's so fun.
But yeah, the scientists are just there for a split second, and it is
philosophizing over like we can't be
something.
alone in Earth. Yeah, no, of course we're not alone. Statistically, we can't be. Like, shut up. They're not coming here, but they are out there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But it's just, I just love the way it's done. It's
apparently they live in the oceans.
They're not coming here.
No.
These ones are.
Yeah.
Immediately after the scientist is like, ooh, we can't be alone. It's just a matter of when and where. And the when and where is here and right now, because then the alien ship lands immediately.
Yeah. I have to say, I do like the alien ship. It looks like some kid's toy, like spinning top thing, but I really like the effect of it, like drilling down into the ground.
It is cool, I will say. I like it.
It's also apparently a TARDIS, because like 4 guys get out of it and a load of shit.
Yeah, when it lands and then it's drilled all the way in.
And it's just a little flying saucer
top. It looks like an
top.
atypical flying saucer top.
I love it. It's so cute. That is not an airtight seal.
Like, the ladder that you see them climbing down would already put them in the drill part of the ship for how big it is. But yeah, maybe there's some TARDIS shit going on there. But what always strikes me is when it's Thor who comes out first, because he shoots Sparky.
Yeah.
It's a remarkably modern looking like
jet fighter
helmet that he's got.
Yeah, with the oxygen mask and stuff on it.
Like, that wouldn't look out of place in Top Gun or something.
Yeah, and then he very quickly removes it. Also, his little ray gun.
The ray gun is brilliant. And again, we missed Sparky getting turned to bones the first time we watched this film.
Yes,
so the first time we saw the ray gun being used
was on
the guy in the car later on.
When he just grabs him by the spine and like stiff skeletons like wired together. This is clearly an anatomical like model, because it's all you can see the ribs are wired together, and it's got like the hook hanger on the top on the skull, and it's got like writing, like there's a stamp on it. And when they pick them up, it's entirely stiff, like, because it's all wired together, but it's so funny just to watch them toss it
there's like
around.
9C is written on the fucking pelvis or something.
Yeah, there's identifiers on it.
Even when they take all their equipment out of the spaceship and
start
like,
doing their testing,
things,
yeah.
one of the things has just normal numbers on it.
Yeah.
And one of the other things says like Marshall mixing board.
Yeah, it's just like an old synthesizer or something.
It, like, just, I mean, I know they didn't have a very big budget, but like, fuck's sake, put down some masking tape and make up some alien symbols. Like, you had masking tape for the uniforms, use a little bit more.
It was duct tape. And they put socks over their shoes and then duct tape them on, because there's spots where you can see where the duct tape's not over the sock entirely.
It is charmingly crap at times.
Yeah, but it's got that really cool, like, opening sequence with all the credits where it's really quiet.
There's no dialogue after the philosophizing scientists for a good 5 minutes until they've set up all their equipment. It's
and
just
then they start to talk, yeah.
And
they all have their weird alien names. It's like Thor.
Some of them are kind of, there's Thor, there's a Moral, there's a Saul, which, Saul, fair enough, but it could be spelt weird. But then it's just Derek.
Like Derek? Paul.
Derek!
No, I still think the worst one is Paul Atreides.
Yeah, what are the ones? Ben for Soldier Boy was the one we got hung up on. But, Derek. Fucking Derek. And apparently they only have one gun. Because
between all of them,
after they're doing some of their setups to see whether or not
it can support the Gargan herds, because apparently this is some sort of brave new world / fascist supreme race.
Well, we don't
type alien.
We don't get that
form
until Derek finds Sparky and finds the collar.
And he's like, "Oh, look, there's intelligent life here. They've made this inscription." And Thor's like, "Fuck them," because Thor hates everybody.
Thor does, but he
he got like a death
Thor
boner.
Well, no, but Derek smacks down Thor pretty quickly because he's like, what business is it, or what concern is it of yours? And he's like, it's none of yours, Thor.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, you don't know you're the leader's son yet. Why are you acting like this? But yeah, he gets the drop on them and takes the soul gun, because apparently they only have one ray gun.
Yeah.
And says, no, we're not going to release the Gargans here because there's people.
It's a mutiny.
Yeah,
it's a one-man mutiny.
Well, the captain's like, you choose foreign beings over our mission. And that's when Derek goes on a little bit of a rant about this book that he found and how
people
the way they live is horrible.
Yeah.
And it's basically some Brave New World shit. The old and infirm and sick are killed off.
But it was more that the children are like incubated and hatched. That's very much Brave New World.
Yeah, they don't know their brothers or sisters or mothers or fathers.
And then this very like the supreme race, and it's like eugenics in there because they're talking about how only the most perfect specimens get to like pass on genetics.
Yeah, it's some space Nazi shit basically. Yeah. So they are space Nazis from now on.
Yeah.
Derek foolishly loses the upper hand because the captain's like, let me see that book, and Derek like hands it to him instead of throwing it to him, and loses the gun and
gets body slammed.
Yeah, gets body slammed. The captain's like, right, keep an eye on him. I'm gonna go and contact the home planet, which he does immediately.
Yeah, and then they're like, yo, the Gargan died because they bring out a little Gargan.
They think the Gargan isn't going to support life. Earth isn't going to support the Gargan. And
Derek's like, cool, so we're leaving. Yeah. And then it's like, no, the Gargan's back all right. It's making lobster motions.
Derek escapes.
Yeah.
And the Gargan revives and they call back the home base, and that's when they find out that Derek is the Sun's leader and they have to capture him, not just kill him.
The leader, or the son of the leader.
The son of the leader, sorry.
And they have to go get him, so leave your best man and leave the Gargan, and we'll come back with the rest of them and get him and let all the Gargan out.
Yeah, and because
apparently they grow to 1,000,000 times.
Millions of times the size, so I had to do the maths because it's clearly a lobster. So I was like, it looks like a lobster, it looks like an average size lobster, which apparently is around 1 kilo.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's the biggest animal I can think of? A blue whale. And I did the maths. And if it grows to 1,000,000 times, just 1,000,000 times the size of a lobster, it's about 7 blue whales. Which isn't unreasonable.
No.
It's pretty fucking big.
Yeah.
But like, I was like, when they said thousands of them, I was like, nah, like the Earth wouldn't support thousands of things that are millions of times the size of lobsters. But apparently, they'd be able to have herds of them.
Yeah, lobsters could theoretically get that big because they're an exoskeleton. Which is a whole plot point I have later on.
We'll get onto that, yeah. But yeah, so that's how big they'll grow.
Yeah. So they're like, hey, put it in that cave over there and we'll go and we'll leave Thor here to go and hunt down Derek, and we'll go off and go and get the rest of the fleet to bring them back.
By the time we get back, they're like, well, no.
And they've got to go and chain up the Gargan with expandable leg braces. And I just pictured like rubber claws a la Zoidberg.
Yeah.
The rubber bands.
Yeah, well,
and they're also afraid of it as well.
Yeah, well, because there's the whole...
It does eat somebody later on, though, in fairness.
Well, I think it just eats anything.
Yeah.
And it would want it if it grows that big. But they harvest them from the sky. Isn't that what one of the lads says when they're tired, when they're bringing it over to the cave? He's like, when they're so big, that's terrifying. And the other guy's like, don't worry, they'll be harvested from the sky.
Yeah, from the air. We don't have to come down here.
But yeah, they leave the Gargan in the cave. And they fuck off to get the rest of the fleet and the rest of the Gargans. And Thor is sent to hunt down Derek.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Derek has made it into town and finds...
the very helpful gas station attendant.
Oh, the 40-year-old boy.
Yeah.
He filled petrol for an old guy who calls him boy. And it's like, he's younger than you, but he still looks like he's about 40.
Yeah, but he's still like pouring gasoline all down the side of your car, which he then cleans up with a rag, which he then uses to clean somebody else's car window later on. He's also very casual about leaning on people's cars.
He is, yeah, but he's helpful enough.
Yeah, he's like, hey...
Derek asks for the meaning of the inscription on the metal plate.
Yeah.
And the 40-year-old boy is like, hey, it's a dog tag, and reads out the name of... It's like, oh, that's just up the street.
Here you go.
Here's how you go to get them. He heads off up the street and meets the friendliest grandpa and Betty. And yeah, that whole first scene, it's just the first time you watch it, you're just like, no wonder so many people got killed by serial killers in America.
Because she's like, hey, because they do have a sign outside that says room for rent, and he goes around to the back of the house, and she opens the back door and is like, oh, hi. And he's like, hello. And she's like, oh, you're here about the room for rent. Come on in.
Assuming the stranger on your doorstep is there about the room for rent is the only reasonable thing they do.
Yeah.
Weird person on our door and we have a sign for room for rent. He's probably here about that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Offering him the room for free.
Offering him clothes because they're like, oh, well, go get your things. And he's like, oh, I don't have other things. This is all I own. And they're like, oh, okay. Well, my brother Bud, who got married and moved upstate, he left clothes. You can have those.
But like, yeah, he doesn't know. Well, he's weird when they talk about families.
Yeah.
He doesn't know things that other people should know. Like, this is a weird dude.
Yeah.
But they're just like, nope, seems like a nice fella.
Not a communist.
That's the other thing. Like, is this not...
He's clearly a communist.
Is this not fucking McCarthy era America? Like... Not a shred of nobody's worried that these guys are communists. Even when it makes the news, there's a guy going around with some futuristic weapon.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, when Joe rings and is like, hey, I'm going to be late to meet Betty and Alice to go swimming because there's been 2 murders.
Yeah, my curious UFO fluff piece has got upgraded to a double homicide.
Yeah, and Grandpa's just like, oh, well, they came back from there and they've gone somewhere else. But tell me more about these murders. Not at all concerned that, his granddaughter is running around with this weirdo and now people are showing up dead.
Yeah, everybody's just ridiculously calm about everything the whole way through the film. It's kind of hilarious. Because, yeah, they give him the room and the clothes and the car and And
then she's like, oh, I'm going to go and meet my friend to go swimming in her pool. Would you like to come with me? So he's like,
Joe shows up and says he's got this story about UFO people and he can't come. And she's like, okay, cool, I'll bring Derek. And off they go to Alice's.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Thor has managed
to get picked up by somebody who's assuming he's hitchhiking, who's just being friendly and is like, hey, it's a long way to town.
I'll give you a lift.
And Thor's like aggressive and then is like, I'm getting in the car and you're going to take me. And then he gets his weird driving lesson and it's like how to pilot this vehicle. And your man's like, where the fuck are you from?
But when your man is like, when he's like, hey, I offered you a lift, I didn't offer you a driving lesson. And Thor basically screams at him, tell me. He's like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. It's like, I don't think you've offended him, buddy.
Yeah.
And you should probably be the one who's offended in this situation. But fair enough. Teach him how to drive. But yeah, he gets picked up and brought into a town.
And by a weird twist of fate, your man is like, well, I need to get more fuel anyway. Pulls into the same filling station with this super helpful 40-year-old boy who's basically Squeak Scolari.
He kind of is, yeah. The 1950s Squeak.
Yeah. He's like, hey, is there a convention on? You're the second person I've seen with this weird uniform. And Thor immediately is like, what did he tell you? What did he say?
The guy is about to give Thor all the information and Thor immediately goes aggro and starts shaking him about the place.
He gets out of the car. So the dude in the car is like, well, fuck this, I'm out of here. So
Thor, when he brandishes the gun,
but Thor's like, no, fuck you, and Disintegrate Rays him into a skeleton.
It's just, I love the effect.
Yeah.
You see him pointing the gun. It cuts to a front shot. It cuts to a front shot of him holding the gun with a flash, and then it cuts back to the previous angle of whatever he was pointing at, but there's just a skeleton there now. And the way
and it just drops.
Well, he turns and he shoots the 40-year-old boy and turns him into a skeleton as well.
Yeah, because he's just trying to run away.
And then picks up the skeleton as one solid.
Out of the driver's
seat. The car throws it aside.
And then he's like, well, I've had my driving lesson and this is the problem with automatic cars.
Yeah. Yeah, so now he knows how to drive and he knows where to go.
Yeah.
So he heads off looking for Derek. Meanwhile, Derek and Betty have made it to Alice's place and she's home alone and horny, I'm guessing.
Yeah, Alice is easy.
Alice is rich anyway.
Alice is rich.
That's a big fucking house.
I admire her dedication to putting that swimming cap on and off.
Even when in mortal danger.
Yeah, must protect the hairdo.
Even when in mortal danger.
Alice is just some wild party girl.
I think she's supposed to be.
Yeah, no, just the way she's like, hey, what's your name? Derek. I like that. Get in. The water's fine. That's the whole...
And even the way Betty's like, I'm sure I'll barely be able to pry Alice off Derek or something to that effect.
Yeah, you need a crowbar to get her off him. Alice is Lucy.
Alice is Lucy.
Oh, Lucy. But yeah, they get there. Derek ends up, she's like, oh, we're going to need to borrow some swimming trunks for Derek because Bud didn't leave those. Gosh darn it.
Yeah.
You know, how dare he not leave a full wardrobe for this handsome stranger.
But you can borrow my dad's swimming trunks.
Which are on a convenient
just happen to be right there.
Yeah. And he drops the dog tag and Alice goes and gets out of the bottom of the pool after putting her hair cap back on.
Yeah, and comes up disappointed that it's not a 50-cent piece.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Alice, you don't need a 50-cent piece.
Yeah.
Look at where you live. But...
and that's when they find out about the dog tag and what happened with Sparky. And
yeah,
Daddy's all like devastated.
Derek owns up and says, that the people he came with, one of them killed her dog. She's devastated and is like, no, take me there. She kind of doesn't believe it. She's like, take me there.
Yeah.
So off they go. And then Thor shows up there.
Yeah, because Thor goes to Grandpa's and Grandpa is like, you must
Thor
be Derek's friend. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Well, they've gone off to Alice's,
immediately
which is up the hill.
All the information.
Yeah.
Without saying anything. It's just like, you're in the same uniform. Here's where they've all gone. Here's everything you need to know. And sends him off up the road to Alice's.
Yeah, it's the biggest house up there. You can't miss it.
And Derek and Betty make it out to where Sparky's remains are.
Yeah. She's all like, this is a skeleton.
Yeah, this can't be Sparky. He's a skeleton. And
they're like, no, look at that tree. That's all burnt up from where Thor tried to shoot it.
He explains what the focusing... Yeah. He's like, you don't know what a focusing disintegrator ray is? And she's like, oh, what now? So he says, it's a weapon that basically blasts all the soft matter away and just leaves the hard matter or bones.
Yeah.
And she still looks kind of confused. And he's like, what's your most advanced form of transportation, Betty? She's like, planes, I suppose? Yeah. Jet planes? And he's like, cool. Where do they go? She's like, well, from anywhere in the world to anywhere in the world. And he's like, and that's it? And she's like, what do you mean that's it?
Yeah, because pre-space race.
What I actually really like about that is it's
a good way of like feeling out.
But he does. We're never explicitly told why he's asking those questions, and for how like cheesy and unsubtle this film is in other ways, what he's doing there is he's fielding out. He's like, how advanced are these guys? Oh shit, they can't even leave their planet.
Yeah,
they're fucked when the Gargan get here.
Yeah.
They can't. They have no way of protecting themselves. And from then on, Derek is concerned about trying to protect Earth.
Yeah.
And it's one of the nicer, more proper sci-fi moments in this, because it is cheese, but it's not entirely cheese.
It's not as cheese as the end.
Oh god, the ending is just pure cheese. It is blue cheese stuffed with camembert.
Betty is like, well, why don't we go and speak to Dr. Simpson? He's the head of the science department in the college, and like to get...
Yeah, because that's where Derek is first like, maybe we can like
reverse engineer it if we give it to
then you'll have some way of defense then. Yeah, so they're like, right, we'll go off.
But she's like, oh, but I'm still in my swimsuit, so I need to go home and get changed first.
Yeah, so that's when Grandpa's asleep.
Yeah, and she comes in, gets changed, and leaves him a note. Meanwhile, Thor has made it to Alice's, confronts her because she's still in the pool, and she's like, hi, stranger.
Yeah.
More handsome men gracing me. And he pulls out the gun and threatens her. And she takes the time to put the swimming cap back on and tuck it in and swims across to the other side of the pool to the ladder. And he shoots her getting out of the ladder and the pool all boils and there's just a skeleton floating around.
Yeah, she very quickly goes from wanting to bone to being bones.
Yeah. And it's got the swimming hat still on it, which I love.
No, it doesn't. I think that was just a fabrication in our mind. That would have been hilarious, but
it would have been better if it had been one of those like super floral ones, the ones with like the fake flowers stuff.
Again, I think in our head that's what it was. But it's just a normal swimming cap that she is remarkably attached to.
Yeah. Well, that hairstyle probably cost a fair penny.
But yeah, Alice is dead and they've left a note and leave. And
so Thor goes back to Grams to be like, you told me they were there, you lied to me.
No, Joe rings and wakes Grandpa up.
Yeah.
Almost immediately after they leave, and that's where he's like, hey Grandpa, tell Betty that I probably won't be able to hang out with her for another while because I've stumbled across a double murder. Don't worry about it though.
It's just down here at the gas station, there's just 2 skeletons lying out on the forecourt. And
that's when he spots the note just as Joe hangs up.
Yeah.
Then Thor shows back up. And Grandpa again gives him all the information. Is like, oh, you didn't find them at the...
Oh, well, they just left a note.
Yeah, they just left a note. They've gone off to Mr. Simpson's, or Professor Simpson's at the college. And Professor Simpson's...
Secretary? Helga?
Well, no, it's like everybody misses Professor Simpson.
Yeah.
Well, except for Thor. Thor very much does not miss Professor Simpson. But yeah, they get there and he's not there. The professor's secretary is like, oh no, he's not in yet, but he should be here any minute if you want to wait. And they're like, no, we'll wait outside.
We'll go and wait in the car park for him,
which is
weird. Ambush him in the car park.
Yeah, he shows up immediately, and the secretary doesn't bother telling him that people have just shown up looking for him.
She goes off to
do something else, and Tor shows up and gets pointed out where his office is and goes in, and
that janitor is so helpful because he's even like, he's the head of the Department of Sciences.
Yeah, first door on the left there. And Tor goes in and threatens him and shoots him.
Yeah, immediately.
Assuming that Derek has been there and he has offered him help. Shoots him and climbs out the window and legs it.
Yeah.
Betty and Derek see Professor Simpson's car and go, oh, he must be here, we'll go back in. And arrive at the same time as the secretary to see the pile of bones.
Yeah.
She assumes it's a joke and quits immediately because she doesn't stand for that kind of thing.
I like Helga. Helga's strict.
At this point,
the actress was actually married to the actor that played Thor.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't even share any on-screen time.
No.
And Joe is the director?
Joe is the director.
And Derek is, or was, his boyfriend.
Yeah.
And he wrote the film as a vehicle for his acting career.
Yeah.
But yeah, they find the skeleton. Derek and Betty realise that it is the professor, and they're like, oh shit, Thor was here.
The professor.
Betty realises he must have figured it out from Grandpa. So I was like, shit, we have to ring him to see if he's still alive. Ring Grandpa and are like, Grandpa,
you need to get out of the house.
Did you tell somebody we were here? He's like, oh yeah, some bloke who was in the same uniform as Derek. They're like, yeah, he's a murderer, so don't get out of the house and don't talk to him.
Grandpa's little escape from the house with the little shuffle feet as he runs.
He spins around very quickly.
You know that bit in Emperor's New Groove where Kronk is making his own theme tune? When he's trying to get out of the city.
Yes.
That is what that scene is. Because he even stops and does the look left and right with the little foot shuffle and runs off again.
Yeah.
And it's like, go Grandpa!
Joe finds Alice in the meantime.
Yeah.
As a skeleton. We cut back then to, I think, Grandpa trying to leave the house. Thor catches him.
Yeah. And then makes him drive them to City Hall.
Yeah, Grandpa tries to stand up to himself, in fairness, for himself, because he's like, you just want to hurt Derek and my granddaughter. And Thor's like, look, I have no problem with your granddaughter.
I just need Derek.
I don't even necessarily want to kill Derek. I just have to return him to where he came from. Grandpa's like, where's that? And he's like, from where he escaped. But yeah, Thor's like, no, you're going to drive me to wherever he is, which
is City Hall. They rang City Hall because they're like, oh.
Well, they ring the cops, and the cops are like, come to City Hall. Not the police station, come to City Hall, we'll be waiting with guns.
Well, isn't City Hall generally where the main police station tends to be?
Oh, I suppose. Yeah, so they make their way. Derek and Betty, both parties
make their way towards City Hall because they're going to be waiting for them on the steps with armed guards, and I'm pretty sure one of them has a Luger.
It's later on that one of them has a Luger. One of them there has what looks like a pop gun.
Yeah,
because we forgot to mention the disintegrator ray is just like a toy.
It's a kid's toy. It's a zap gun.
You can see the writing on the side of it, at one point or a few points.
Somebody's got a little fucking Derringer, and that is very clearly a toy.
Yeah, Thor and Grandpa kind of catch up with Derek and Betty, and he leans out the window to start shooting at them.
Yeah.
And Grandpa swerves and beeps to let them know. And they arrive at City Hall. Thor jumps out and runs across the road and starts shooting. Yeah. Grandpa, we don't see what's happening to Grandpa for a while. Betty keeps coming out of cover.
Yeah, Betty, stay down. What?
There is a running theme throughout it, and I love what it culminates in later on. But Betty just won't listen to anything Derek says.
No.
Even when she really should, when he's stay in cover, and she immediately walks out of cover. Yeah. I love the shootout though, because
it's so bad.
Just skeletons with guns in their hands falling over in the stiff position. It's just fucking hilarious.
And there's just people walking past, there's nothing going on as well. There's just normal pedestrians and traffic driving by.
Derek picks up one of the guns, and I think, is Derek the one to shoot Thor?
Yeah.
Thor gets shot anyway.
In the shoulder.
And tries to leg it. And it calms down for a little bit. Joe shows up and tells Betty and Derek about finding
Alice.
Well, he says he doesn't know. He just says he found a skeleton in Alice's pill. And Betty's like, oh shit, Alice is dead.
And then she tells him about Sparky.
Yeah, well, Derek runs off, I think, to try and find Thor with the cops.
Yeah.
And Joe's like, where's Grandpa?
And she's like, oh.
Because she's like, Grandpa got forced to drive here by the murderer. He's like, how did you guys get mixed up in it? Where's Grandpa? And she's like, oh, there he is, trying to cross the street.
And poor Grandpa's on the other side of the road.
The best shot in cinema. It really is. I can't stress it enough. It's Grandpa up to this point has been a great source of amusement.
Yeah.
But the shot of him standing across the other side of the road, just like
shuffling
like
vaguely from side to side.
Like he's in a little bit of a rush to cross the road. Not like there's been a giant shootout with fucking weird dudes with super guns that
and his granddaughter's
been involved in. But no, he's just like, oh, I can't really. Oh, okay. And then when Joe gets across, Joe's like, I'll go help him across the road.
And Joe brings him across straight away.
When Joe gets over there, they stop for a chat and he doesn't seem bothered at all. It's just great. I love it.
Oh, Grandpa.
But while
Grandpa's seen some shit. He can't be arsed anymore.
While Joe and Grandpa are catching up, Betty spots blood on the ground beside their car.
Yeah.
And realised that...
Because she didn't stay at City Hall like she was told. She went off after Derek.
No, Betty doesn't do what she's told.
No.
And...
Good slap will sort that out.
It's the line that Derek gives later that I love, but I'll hold off. Thor is in the car and abducts the both of them.
Yeah. He's like, you have to take me to somebody to get these metal pellets out of my shoulder.
The cops show back up and are like, we can't find him anywhere. Joe or Grandpa have been told about the cave where they went out to find... Sparky and where the garden
That's brilliant. When Joe's like, oh yeah, Betty told me about a cave, and Grandpa's like, well, she didn't tell me that.
He didn't even find out about Sparky.
Yeah. But he's like, somebody heard our Sparky? Who'd heard our dog?
They then realise that the cops see the blood on the ground and realise, oh shit, he was still here. Grandpa's like, that was my car.
Yeah.
Or that was their car. He's abducted them. You've got to do something about it.
And one of the cops, Joe's like, well, I'm going to go off to the cave. And one of the cops is like, hey, I'll come with you.
That's a little bit later because Joe's like, how did you know about it? He comes out and is like, let's go to the cave. The cop's like, we'll go to the cave. And Joe's like, how did you know about the cave? He's like, oh, the old fella in there is telling us everything he knows. It's like, yeah, of course he is. Have you met Grandpa? But yeah, they head off to the cave, and meanwhile Derek and Betty and Thor get to the doctor's house. I can't remember what the doctor's name is, but I'm pretty sure the doctor is one of the scientists from the start.
Yeah.
Doctor reluctantly helps them. He's like, you need a hospital.
Yeah.
And he's like, Thor's like, no, you need to do this right now. No medication. You're not drugging me, and I'm going to keep these guys here hostage in case you try any funny stuff. And that's when Derek is like, you're just killing
You're going to kill me when you're keeping us live.
As leverage. And as soon as you're healed, you're going to kill me. And that's when Thor's like, no, you are the son of our leader.
Well, I can't kill you.
He is shocked. There's a brilliant shocked face cut to
where
Derek.
He looks straight into the camera.
Yeah, it's fucking brilliant. It's shocked face. It is Pikachu shocked face.
It is the Pikachu shocked face. It is magnificent. It should be a reaction gif. A lot of this should be reaction gifs.
And, oh god, yeah. Thor passes out from the pain.
Finally, they leave.
Escape.
Everybody leaves.
But then stop. They're like, we got to get out of here really quick before he regains consciousness. Let's all get into the car
and have a
conversation about what he just said about me being the son's leader or the leader of the
before
son.
we drive away. They go back to the police station, and the doctor remembers that his nurse is going to be coming in for office hours, and he tries to ring the doctor's office to tell his nurse, hey, no.
Nurse has, in the meantime, shown up and started...
doing nursey things.
Well, yeah, doing nursey things to Thor because she just sees a badly injured guy.
She's been playing nurse.
She patches him up and then answers the phone. And the doctor's like, get the hell out of there. The murderer was in the house with you. Rather than running out of the house, she confirms out loud, murderer? At which point, and then is like, okay, I'll leave. And then Thor's
turns
like,
around
no,
and he's
you
like,
won't.
There.
Yeah.
Get in the car. Is this the vehicle you came in? Her car is huge. Her car is hilariously massive compared to her. Even when she's driving it, she's at like full shoulder width. It's so huge. Like even like when she comes around and walks around it, she just looks so tiny. It's just ridiculously massive, like fucking vehicle.
There is some talk about the Gargans as well, Betty and...
Yeah, and about the herds and all this shit.
Yeah. Oh no, it is. Sorry, it's around there after the nurse is healing him that Betty, when the doctor is on the phone to the nurse, that Betty and Derek are talking about the Gargans. Mac and Joe get to the mines, and Mac dies via Gargan very quickly. But off screen, we just hear it happening. Yeah,
he gets eaten by crunchy noises. By the time the news crew get back there, the Gargan has escaped. But there's clear signs that something has been kept.
The news crew shows up a little bit later, because
the news bulletins that you get every now and again
I think it's only the two of them.
They're brilliant, though.
Mac dies, and as Joe goes to leave, Thor and the nurse show up.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a shootout.
She's very brave and makes sure he doesn't kill Joe. Yeah. And then Thor takes over the car and chases Joe down the road and crashes.
But the nurse jumps out of the car.
Yeah.
Nurse is a badass.
Yeah, she jumps out of the car. Joe rescues her.
I know when he reverses back up to her.
Yeah. And that's when we get the first news report. Because
the murderer has been taken to hospital.
Murderer with the amazing gun has been taken to hospital. And there's
monster?
reports of a monster in a cave that we are completely legitimizing.
Yeah.
we're just taking it as granted. This monster exists.
Well, they're like, there was clearly something being held here that was quite large that has escaped.
And and a cop did die.
Yeah.
But we're just immediately assuming monster.
Yeah.
We're fine with that. Betty and Derek go off to look for the ray gun.
Yeah.
And they find Truth, Love and the Gargan.
Yeah.
Because that's where...
Betty won't stay where she's supposed to be. She falls down the hill.
We get the brilliant line from Derek of, "You make me so angry, but I really like you." It's just like, Betty, you don't listen to me. You make me so angry, but I like you. And he kind of comes clean about...
I'm from somewhere very far away.
Yeah, and
it's
what
very
his planet
Twilighty. How old are you? I'm 17. How long have you been 17?
Well, he's kind of been dropping hints throughout, like,
and then she's like, "I feel like I've always known you."
Yeah.
"Promise me you'll never leave." Well, I promise I'll never die.
He kind of does. He says that he wants to stay on Earth forever. And
he doesn't make a promise though, and later on she's like,
she keeps talking.
Later on, she's like, "You promised."
No, he didn't.
And it's like, God damn it, Betty. First you don't listen with fucking open your damn ear holes.
He doesn't even... The caption said, "I would make the Earth my home and I would never leave it."
Yeah.
And that is... Using that kind of language is like, I intend to. But what he actually says is, "I should."
Yeah.
I should. Doesn't mean he will. He should. That is not a promise, Betty. And he is true to his promise in the end.
Yeah, but like, Betty does love to jump to a conclusion.
She does. This is true. But the Gargan shows up and they pick up a rock. At this point, it's about the size of maybe a man or bigger.
Yeah, going...
Derek picks up a rock to throw it, and the gun is conveniently
under the rock. Yeah, because they're like, "Oh, he fell down there," because they know that Thor had the gun. And they're like, "Oh, well, he crashed down here. Let us search." And apparently it's dark. It's also supposed to be nighttime.
Yeah, because they have their lovey-dovey moment. She says that
look at the moon. The moon will be out in a moment.
Yeah, the moon will be out in a moment and we can find it. That's the only way you know it's supposed to be nighttime.
They try shooting the Gargan with it. The gun is broken.
So he throws the rock at it and they escape.
Yeah. I'm sorry, the noise it makes when it gets hit with the rock.
Any of the noises it makes, in
But when it gets hit with the rock, it just kind of goes... and then scuttles off.
We see a bunch of hunters meeting the Gargan and immediately getting destroyed by it.
The dude in the watchtower.
That's a little bit later.
He's brilliant though.
Hunters get destroyed. The hunters
all get eaten.
Then it's a short scene of Derek trying to fix the gun back at the house.
Yeah.
And Betty picks up what she just assumes is the broken piece and looks at it and says something to the effect of like, "So small yet so destructive, trying to be all profound." And it's like, you have no idea that that's even the broken part of the gun. Much less that it turns out to be it is the energy source. But I'm like, you don't know that it's the energy source, Betty. Yeah. You could just be holding like the trigger. That'd be like holding the trigger off a handgun and being like so tiny yet so destructive. And it's like, no, that's not what does. But
that's the plastic tie bit that you throw away.
Yeah. Derek can't fix it, and that's when we get the overacting phone call of the drunk guy.
Yeah.
Seeing the monster is now even bigger because it's eaten all those hunters.
Yeah, so it's starting to block out stars and shit.
He tries to call it in and they're like, "You've been drinking." He's like, "No, I haven't." "Well, I have, but it's true." And he legs it but comes back to pick up his
moonshine.
And it's the best bit of overacting. In a film full of overacting.
Yeah, that is some quality overacting.
There's a little bit more monster news then, where the news are like,
it's
guys,
been seen on the southwest side of town.
It's giant and it's heading towards town. The military are on the way, but they're not going to be here for about 2 hours, so everybody get to your cellars.
Yeah.
Derek and Betty, I think they're going to try and... Derek figures out electricity.
Yeah, he's like, well, if I can hook it up.
And he's like, hey, all these lines that are throughout the city, is that what provide power? And Betty's like, yeah, that's electricity. He's like, sweet. Maybe we can hook it up to the gun. Let's go find the Gargan. And they find it in pretty short order.
And then she just straight up rings the electric company and is like, yo. Well,
before that, Joe shows up at Gramps' house and is like, hey, why isn't Betty in the cellar? And Grandpa's like, why would we be in the cellar? Joe's like, there's a giant monster coming to town. Gramps, do you not know this? He's like, no, but that's probably where Derek and Betty are. We should go find them.
Yeah, because Gramps is like, no, I've been in the police station for the last 2 hours telling them everything I know. A good citizen.
Then we cut back to Derek and Betty, and Derek just immediately starts climbing the pole to hook up the wires. Yeah, and Betty's like, that's going to kill him. He doesn't know. I'd better ring the power station.
Yeah.
And a couple of years before Star Trek, we get Kirk calling down to Scotty, being like, I need more power. Yeah. I cannot give you more power, Captain. I'm giving her all you've got. You've got to find a way. There's a bit of a back and forth, and eventually, they get the power hooked up. It's not enough power. We need more power, and they get enough power, and they shoot and kill the Gargan.
But the whole conversation she has with the dude who works in the power company, she's just some chick who's like picked up an emergency phone and is like, we are here and we need more power to this one because we have a weapon that can stop this monster. And there's no verification. He's just like, yeah, okay,
she does. Well, no.
She's like, well, you have to switch off the power at first and then switch it back on because we have a way of stopping him.
That's not where my issue is, because there have been news reports of giant monsters. There's been news reports of a killer using a fantastical gun, and she says, we have the weapon that the killer used. We think we can use it against the monster.
Yeah. Please
believe me. So I'm down with him believing her. My problem is when she's like, give me more power, he's like, I can run in another circuit, but it might overload them. Who cares? There's a giant monster coming to attack the town. You might,
Go Jira, motherfucker.
Your boss might give out to you, but like you believe this girl is trying to stop a giant monster has killed a bunch of people and is coming towards the town. Fuck the circuits. Give her all the power she needs, man. But he does.
Yeah.
And it kills the Gargan. But as we kind of discussed off air, it probably shouldn't.
The way the gun works, that it leaves a skeleton behind, and the way that a lobster is set up with the skeleton on the outside, all its tender vitals are protected.
Inside. Yeah.
So like right in the mouth hole? So that's like literally it. Like
we are
mouth.
We are assuming that the Gargan is the same as a lobster.
Yeah.
It's just a lobster that grows to gargantuan size.
It's a space lobster.
Space lobster. But it
tasty.
It does look like it. And if it's not like a lobster and
it
has
just kind of goes translucent as well, because like when it dies, it's exactly the same. It just goes a little bit more see-through.
Yeah, but I think it is supposed to disintegrate. And I'm like, it shouldn't.
Because that's not the way the gun works.
If it's like a lobster and it has its bony skeleton on the outside, the flesh inside might be gone and the monster might be dead, but you should still be left with a big giant
like
hollow skeleton for scientists to be like, hey, look at this fucking giant monster. But no, it just disappears away.
Just fades away.
And
bye, buddies.
Whereas I don't think it should work at all, because if it doesn't disintegrate bones and you've got bones on the outside,
I don't think it should work. I don't think the ray gun should work on it. That because all this stuff that it disintegrates are inside.
And if it doesn't have a skeleton and it just looks like a lobster and that's just flesh on the outside, well then we'd probably actually be fairly okay for killing them. Like they're giant and they're going to be 6 or 7 times the size of a blue whale. But even in the 50s, you could take that out with a rocket. Like if it's a fleshy monster and not an endoskeleton monster, we could take care of those. But the ray works on it, and the lobster monster is dead.
Dying screeches.
But Derek realizes that that's not the problem anymore, because
there's more of them.
Yeah, after what Thor has told
the rest of them are coming.
They're coming back with the rest of them, and he resolves to leg it. He's like, I'm out of here. Well, he goes a bit cold towards them.
Yeah, he goes back to the house and he changes back into his uniform and he reassumes this like very cold persona.
On the way back to the house, we hear like audio flashbacks of, you mean I'm going to be a daddy, Marge? But it's not just things Betty has said, it's also the captain being like, we are the supreme race, we have the supreme weapons.
We are the supreme race?
We are the supreme race.
Supreme race?
But,
my way.
But I think it's supposed to be a little bit of a, has Derek turned? Well, he hasn't. It's kind of obvious. But he goes back to the house, he puts on the uniform, he abducts Joe.
Yeah,
and he goes and frees Thor. So like I think we're supposed to think, oh shit, Derek's turned.
Yeah,
Derek's like, these pathetic humans can't defend themselves. They are weak, and I am part of the master race. But they don't sell it enough, because he just suddenly he kills the monster and then suddenly goes evil. Is almost like what they're trying to sell. But he's
like, I have to get them and return to my home because I am the son of the leader and I have a responsibility.
Yeah,
so it's a bit of that as well.
Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to play up, but I just don't think it sells it enough. There's no point in the movie where I believe Derek has turned, even when he is like getting Thor and stuff. It's like, nah, he's still got some plan. And also the whole time Betty keeps saying, he's got a plan. I don't believe him. He said he promised.
Yeah, he wouldn't do all of this.
But that's where it starts.
Yeah, he wouldn't do all of this if he didn't care. And then you start getting all the news reports from all around the world of like bright lights in the sky that everybody but Betty and Gramps can see.
Well, yeah, because it's Derek legs it and has his audio flashbacks, and Betty cries about it to Joe and Grandpa, and when they're driving back, she tells the two of them that he's a spaceman and they're all spacemen. and
they're coming back with
they're
something
probably coming back. And then we get our news report.
Lights in the sky.
Oh no, sorry. Derek is back at the house suited up.
Yeah.
And abducts Joe and goes to save Tor. And then we get our news report of lights in the sky. For whatever reason, Joe and Grandpa...
No, Betty.
Sorry, Betty and Grandpa.
Because she's like, oh no, he has a plan. We have to stop him. He can't leave. He said he would stay.
Go back out to the cave, assuming that's where the aliens
yeah,
are
because
going to
they're
land.
like, that's where they're going to land. He's got to do something to stop everything.
Derek tells Betty to piss off for a third time.
Yeah.
Because he leaves her first. Then at the house, he's like, no, I'm leaving you. And then here again, when
he's
she
like, go away.
Like, go away. Like, I've got stuff to do.
And Joe's like, come here. To my warm
that's where
and
we're
loving
like,
embrace.
Joe might get her on the rebound there.
Both Joe and Derek are very handsy. There's a lot of low hand placement there when they're comforting and upset Betty.
Yeah. Derek goes back to rejoin the space Nazis that have just landed, and Thor is like, shoot them now, and he's like, nah, look, we'll just leave them for the Gargans, and then walks off with Thor and is like, you idiot, Thor, this gun isn't working, I had to bluff it, that's why I can't kill them.
Yeah.
Thor's like, no matter, they'll be the first to be eaten by the Gargans. Space Nazis land, the head space Nazi comes out and is like, my son, I'm glad to hear that you have returned to the fold. And Derek's like, won't I be punished?
And he's like, no, you will lead the invasion force and this, that and the other.
Well,
uphold our standards and wank.
I do kind of like what they do there, because Derek does try and feel him out. He's like, aren't you going to punish me? And the leader's like, no, it was the book that led you astray.
And you will help me hunt down all the other people who have copies of this book.
You're not the only one who's been led astray. And then Derek's like, well, hang on, I'm surprised you're here. Like, you're not supposed to leave. Will that not cause unrest? And he's like, oh no, I'm only gone for a short while.
They won't know
the council won't know. And he's like, okay, cool. Well then, let's get this done as quickly as we can and get you back to the council, because if we don't get you back quick, there could be a revolution. And the leader goes, yeah, you're right, there could be. And then Derek goes, hey,
they're
Dad,
following the guide, the signal of this guide ship.
Can I jump in there and guide the ships in for a landing?
Yeah, to show you
the captain and the Thor are like, I mean, I know he says he's come back to our side, but should we really let him do that?
Yeah,
and the leader's like, no, my
look,
son will guide them in.
Look how loyal I am while I do this. And then he adopts.
Derek jumps into the ship, closes the not airtight air hatch immediately.
And then begins Operation fucking Brannigan.
Yeah, all it's missing is the yodel.
Yeah.
Because Derek's landing instructions are, hey,
drop
fleet,
down, increase
fly
speed.
at the planet really, really fast. However fast you think you're going, go faster. And it is.
At this one point,
he just keeps telling them, follow current vector, increase speed. Follow this, increase speed. And his landing instructions are just increase speed. And
yeah, because he talks about them all being cogs in the machines, and it's like, at this point, you're like, they really are. They really are. They are that fucking stupid.
They're mom's robots. Like,
yeah, they really are.
Did somebody say fire?
Fire!
That cracks me up, because, his landing instructions are fly really fast at the planet. Yeah. And that's what they do. And
don't worry, it's soft. Like,
however many ships all fly at
one point.
This one, presumably the point where Derek
or
and
they
leader,
all crash wherever they are.
No, it crashes into where they are, because that's Derek's whole plan, is get them all to crash. Leader is dead.
Yeah.
Earth is safe, and hopefully revolution will happen back on our home planet.
Joe, Betty, and Grandpa have meanwhile taken refuge in the convenient local cave.
At least they say, let's go to the cave, because when I was watching it, I was like, if there's hundreds of alien ships about to crash into the Earth, the explosion's going to be big enough, at least in a local area. But they run off to the cave and they're fine, and they come back out, and Betty's like, see, Derek did have a plan after all. And then Derek appears in the sky to let us know he did keep his promise, because his big floating head says, I shall make the Earth my home and never leave it. And that's the movie. And it's just, it's pure class from start to finish. It's just
so ridiculous.
Like I said at the start, it is atypical 1950s B-movie sci-fi. It's the platonic form of a 1950s B-movie sci-fi. It's up there, and I believe
it was up there. It was like 1958?
59.
Yeah.
It's up there with Plan B.
Oh, this I'd even like the likes of This Island Earth, The Brain That Wouldn't Die. Like, this is...
Well, This Island Earth is considered kind of actually a fairly forward-thinking and progressive one, whereas this is more of Attack of the 50-Foot Woman, silly, cheesy sci-fi. Now, there is
as opposed to
there.
because you do have the serious ones from that era as well, like The Incredible Shrinking Man, which is just absolutely phenomenal. And then you have the same people kind of making this stuff as well, which is so fun and lighthearted, but actually kind of serious as well in the background.
Well, that's what I was going to say. There is the serious stuff in there. Like they are space Nazis. They are an unjust society. There is an undercurrent. Derek has this book. Other people have this book.
Yeah, there is a revolution. There's shit going on.
Inspired. Yeah, and it's
down on their planet.
And I like that it's just there, and they give you just enough information that it expands this other society. Yeah. Even though we don't get to see it, like, and there's enough like proper sci-fi stuff in there that you can. Jive.
It also
you can
just
jive on it for that.
At like 1950s Americana and small town attitudes and like
everybody's so friendly. Every door is open. Like all they're missing is a trip to get like a milkshake.
Yeah.
That's literally all they're missing.
Yeah.
Alice is so friendly. They're going swimming. Like
they go to the local college and the professor is perfectly happy to help them. Like it's a fucking...
She recognises the professor's car, even though she is supposed to be... I'm assuming she's supposed to be the teenager.
I reckon teenagers. I reckon they're like 19 because they're like that. It's like they're in college.
Yeah, but that's the two things that aren't in this film.
Because she's dating Joe, who's clearly like got a job.
Well, she's not dating Joe. Joe wants to date her, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't think she's supposed to be dating Joe.
No.
But yeah, it is. You've got the wholesome Americana aspect of it is just like...
it's so ridiculous. Itself, Grandpa fucking cracks me up. I love him. He is so precious. And he really is. He's just such a sweetheart. He looks like a slightly melted version of your man who played Herman Munster.
He kind of does.
like if you put a blow dryer on him for a little bit.
One of the things that I thought was really cool in the trivia was the budget was so small they didn't have time for a soundstage. So all of Grandpa's house is just some little old lady's house.
Oh yeah, they told him that he was a film student.
A film student, and they were making a student film, and she was like, "Yeah, you can use my house for free."
Yeah.
So
that wallpaper in that house is ridiculous.
But
I imagine
it's so
that this chintzy little old lady.
To me, the lady who owned that house is the female version of Grandpa.
Oh God, yeah.
She was like, use my house. Do you want to stay here the whole time?
You want a cookie? Have a cookie. What was it as well? They also recorded all the dialogue ahead of time.
And they had to lip sync
to it.
And it's,
But it's totally believable. It's done like...
I don't know about totally believable.
No, but it's not fucking Asian kung fu.
No, it's not,
It's
not bad dubbing, but...
I think because I was aware of it, I was looking for it, but I hadn't noticed it until that point.
No, you wouldn't, because it's English lip syncing to English language dialogue, so it's only when it's off that you kind of notice it.
Your one who plays Betty is fantastic. She's so sweet. She was a child actress.
This was her last role,
film,
wasn't
and she
it?
became she went on to retire. She actually became a school teacher.
It was her last role, but it was the captain of the spaceship.
It was his first role.
Yeah, he's got a really cool name, King Moody.
Yeah, and he went on to be in like tons of stuff. He's great. He's got like a big brick of a head on him.
Yeah.
The guy who plays Thor just looks so angry all the time. You were saying he reminded you of somebody.
No, I was saying the captain, King Moody, reminded me of an actor from, not surprisingly, Stargate.
Yeah.
But it's just... I love this film, and
it's got that same quality that like Galaxy Quest has, where it's really fun and it's really silly, but it's also like a big passion project.
Well, I mean, Galaxy Quest is a parody.
Yeah, but there's moments of it that are
I can see what you're saying. Yeah, but this doesn't have that parody aspect. But yeah, it's got a similar kind of feeling to it. It's just a silly little 1950s space adventure, and it's fucking great, and I'm so thankful that we randomly caught it on TV one night, because
we happened to wander down. There was a really cool DVD store down from us where we lived that did really weird random shit.
Yeah,
like they had a massive world cinema section. They had like they had like a huge classic section.
CD DVD store.
Yeah,
shout out to them if you live in New Zealand. They're fucking awesome.
And wandered down to them, and we're like, hey, we watched this movie the other night. It was insane. It's called Teenagers from Outer Space. Do you have it? Because they had another store, I think, in Wellington. And your man rang down. It was on the system, and he rang down, and it was in like their discount bin. Yeah. And he was like, shit, somebody wants to buy it. I was going to take it home and watch it. And I was like, no, take it home and watch it. Just send it.
Yeah, we told you about it. Yeah.
We don't, I don't care. Yeah, you want to watch it? That's cool. And then the guy in the store was like, do you mind if I watch it? And I was like, yeah, go ahead. You have to see this.
Your man got off the phone and said to us, he was like, oh yeah, your man's going to send it up. He's actually a bit devastated because he was going to watch it himself. And we said, call him back and tell him watch it and then send it up.
Yeah. Like, he's got to watch it.
And then a few days later, you got the call from your man saying, hey, that DVD's come in, but...
we're going to do a slash screening or something like that?
No, he was like, the guy the guy in the other store wanted to say thank you so much for letting him watch it first because he thought it was fucking brilliant, and he ranted about it so much. I kind of want to watch it. Would you mind? We were like, yeah, take it home and watch it, man. We got staff discount on it though.
Yeah, they were like, thank you for doing that. We were like, no, it is so stupid.
It's just I don't want to say it's one of a kind because it's not, like, but it's special.
There's something very,
Teenagers
very
from Outer
special
Space
about it.
is a special film.
Yeah,
and
because I watched a lot of B. We have a lot of B movies, and there is just something about teenagers because it's not scary.
That's kind of what's
like. There's nothing about it that's scary. To be honest,
I think from here
there's no peril.
From here on out, we're going into cheesy sci-fi season.
Cheesy sci-fi season.
Because we have decided that the month of December is going to be cheesy old sci-fi.
Yeah. Fuck you. I love B movies.
Yeah. So this was kind of we always said we were going to do teenagers as our 100th episode.
Yeah.
And now that we've done it, we're going to continue on with doing some other cheesy sci-fis.
Yes.
So,
because some of them are absolutely incredible and some of them are groundbreaking, and it's kind of like my love of Mel Brooks. A lot of this is where these parodies came from. These were where all these tropes were developed. We were talking last night about like fantasy, all this from like Lord Dunsany and
well, we're kind of going serious silly.
Yeah, because
so next week is This Island Earth, which got mentioned earlier. After that, we're going to do The Claw.
Oh my god, I love The Claw, but The Claw is so fun because it's antimatter.
The Claw is fucking ridiculous. I don't think that's its proper name.
It's called The Claw, The Giant Claw.
I think so.
Yeah, no, because I have it.
Another 50s sci-fi.
Oh, it's so good.
After that, we're going to be doing The Thing from Another World,
which is one of my all-time favorite films.
It's kind of silly, but it's also serious, and it's also important for what it inspired.
And one of the best burn sequences, and the first burn sequence.
Save it for the episode. After that, we're going to be doing The Incredible Shrinking Man.
Yay!
And then we're going to finish off the month of December with The Brain That Wouldn't Die. Or possibly Dark Star. Bit of a toss-up.
Yeah.
But certainly next week we'll be talking This Island Earth. That is everything for Teenagers from Outer Space, I think.
Yeah, no, go watch it.
Go watch it.
You're in for a good time.
It's up on YouTube. It's free. Go watch it. Guys,
I would recommend the black and white version over the coloured version just because the coloured version is a bit overexposed in places.
And they don't put nighttime anyway, so that was the only reason I watched the cover.
And I thought like the cover where the skeletons are all like mad green or mad pink, that the skeletons would be different colours. But they're not.
No.
Honestly, the colour doesn't do anything. Doesn't add anything to it.
No.
But it is on YouTube. There's also a documentary from 2008 about the making of it.
Yes.
Because it was the only film that this guy made.
Yeah.
And that was
kind of like... Which is a shame.
Which is kind of like how it had a bit of a resurgence. Because a lot of people came across the documentary about this guy making the film. Very much like how Ed Wood made... brought back a lot of attention to Plan 9.
Yeah.
So that kind of helped raise its profile, and that's up as well on YouTube.
Yeah, no, that's where we're checking out as well, actually.
Sometimes it is only available under the Gargan.
Yes, actually, if you look for it, if you...
In the UK, I think it's the Gargan.
It was released as the Gargan Tower in the UK. If you search for it on IMDb, if you search Teenagers from Outer Space, it will be the first result, but it will come up as the Gargan Tower.
Yeah.
That's the one you want. The picture even says Teenagers from Outer Space.
Yeah.
I don't know why it has the UK title on IMDb, but it does.
Because IMDb was created by a guy from Bristol.
On YouTube, on YouTube it is up as Teenagers from Outer Space.
Yeah.
But yes, that is it for our 100th numbered episode. Yeah, thank you for joining us through all of the silly films we've covered, the DC films we've covered, the boys, all the guests who've come on, all the listeners we have. You're all fucking awesome, and thank you.
Thank you.
We will be back next week with This Island Earth. In the meantime, if you want, you can head back and listen to some of our previous episodes or our other podcasts, Mono Rants the Boys. You can come and chat with us on Twitter at RantsMono, on Blue Sky at Mono Rants, on Instagram at monorants_the_boys, or you can send your own rants to monorantspodcast@gmail.com. And we'll catch you all next week. Bye bye.